Imagine an app so powerful it could make anyone famous overnight. No followers, no fancy equipment, just raw creativity. That's TikTok. The app that's not just taking over your free time, but also making billions of dollars. Actually, the fastest growing social media app in the world. It changed the way we communicate, learn, and dream of fame. Its short-form videos have made us laugh, cry, and think, all in under 60 seconds. It's turned bedroom dancers into global superstars, and unknown comedians into household names. It all started with a vision from the Chinese entrepreneur Zhang Yiming, creating something that could truly connect people with the content they loved, powered by a weird, smart algorithm. But what if I told you TikTok could have been completely different? Like, imagine if it was born in the US, not in China. Would it still take over the internet? Or would it have been crushed by other big apps like Instagram, Snapchat, or Facebook? Would the President Donald J. Trump still consider banning it across the whole of the USA? Would India still ban it, losing TikTok almost 200 million users? Instead of being born in the tech capitals of Beijing, TikTok, let's call it Flick for now, starts in sunny California, the home to many of the world's largest tech companies. A group of motivated young developers come together with this wild idea, a platform where anyone can share quick 15-second videos. It's raw, creative, and unlike anything out there. But right from the start, Flick has a massive challenge. You've got Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, already running the game. Who's going to download yet another app, right? The team knows they've got to stand out and fast. They're up against some serious competition. Instagram's got the perfect photos. YouTube's the king of video. Snapchat's already the cool kid on the block. So what do? Here's their play. They decide to change the whole perfect influencer vibe and go for something totally different. Flick becomes a space for fresh, natural creativity. No perfect selfies, just real people doing real things. The first viral trend? Not a dance challenge, not lip syncing. Get this, it's college students showing their messy dorm lives in day in my life videos. Super relatable, super addictive, but growing into a global platform is hard. Especially breaking into Asia is a nightmare. In China, it's up against platforms like Douyin, an app which is known internationally as TikTok, which already has millions of users. But guess what? Flick absolutely crushed it in India. It's fresh, it's Western, and users love it. In fact, India becomes one of its biggest markets, almost overnight. But why? And how does this shift everything? In the US itself, Flick enters hard into Hollywood. Think celebrity partnerships, exclusive content deals. It's everywhere. They even hold this massive creators event in LA, where stars like Zendaya and Billie Eilish show up to vibe with influencers. This, my friends, is where Flick starts feeling less like just another app and more like a movement. Flick is so American at first, it's all pop culture trends. But as it grows, the global audience starts reshaping it and Flick begins to feel global. Suddenly, you're seeing content from all over the world, from cooking tutorials in Italy to street fashion in Tokyo. It becomes this insane melting pot of creativity. But then something incredible happens. It starts small. Maybe you stumble across a cooking tutorial from Italy where someone's teaching you how to make authentic carbonara. No cream, just eggs and cheese. Then you see a creator in Tokyo showing off streetwear that looks straight out of a futuristic anime. Next thing you know, you're watching a Brazilian dancer break it down in the middle of a carnival parade, and you're hooked. Suddenly, Flick isn't just about American trends anymore, it's a mix of cultures. Here's the thing, these creators aren't just making videos, they're sharing their worlds. You get a taste of how people celebrate holidays, what they eat for dinner, how they dress, and even how they joke. Flick becomes a mix, where every scroll feels like you're traveling to a new country. And the coolest part? Americans start picking up on these trends too. Now you've got people in Ohio making Korean coffee, Teens in Texas are trying out South African dance moves, and somewhere in New York, a group of friends are throwing a festival party after watching a viral flick from India. Culture isn't just staying local, it's spreading like wildfire, and that's why Flick doesn't just showcase culture, it connects it. The app lets creators from opposite sides of the world interact, building trends that feel universal. You've got someone in Paris playing violin alongside a beatboxer in LA. A baker in Mexico tries out a recipe inspired by a street vendor in Thailand. It's like a digital meeting place where everyone's invited. Therefore, here's what makes it so powerful. Flick doesn't force this to happen. The audience does this. People find what they love and run with it. It's original and it's very creative. But hold on, it's not all smooth sailing. Being a US-based app means Flick avoids the whole national security drama that TikTok had to deal with. But it's not off the hook. Lawyers, they're coming for it. Parents, freaking out about how addictive it is. Flick's creators are constantly in the hot seat, trying to defend their app while also, keeping people glued to their screens. That's why TikTok CEO Shouzi Chu stated that he does not allow his children to use TikTok because they are under the age of 13, and the platform's under 13 experience is not available in Singapore, where his family reside. Is the million-dollar question: would a US-based TikTok or Flick have been as big as the TikTok we know today? Would TikTok or Flick have been better, worse, or just different if it started here in the US? Think about it. Starting in the US gave Flick home field advantage. It could tap into Hollywood partnerships, ride the wave of pop culture, and dominate the American market. Sounds like the perfect setup, right? Well, here's the twist. When an app grows too fast in one place, it risks becoming too localized. Would Flick have had the same spark if it had stayed rooted in American trends? Or would it have struggled to connect with a global audience? After all, TikTok's magic lies in its diversity, the way it brings together content from around the world. Without that global reach, Flick might have been just another app that couldn't escape its borders. But wait, there's more. Let's rewind. Breaking into Asia is a beast. Even TikTok, with all its resources, had to put loads of effort to dominate markets like India and Southeast Asia. Now imagine Flick, a scrappy American startup, trying to crack China's market, where Douyin is already so popular. Could it have succeeded? Probably not. But Flick didn't need China, because it had India. Here's the kicker. India loved Flick's fresh Western vibe. The app exploded there overnight. College students, cricket fans, Bollywood stars, they all jumped on board. But would an American-born Flick have had the same appeal? Would it have felt as fresh and exciting? Or would it have been dismissed as just another US app? That was the point. But in the US, where lawsuits fly faster than memes, Flick would have faced some serious challenges. Parents freaking out, politicians pushing them in Congress, lawyers circling like sharks. Would Flick have survived the chaos, or would it have crumbled under the pressure? Now here's the twist. What if all that backlash only made Flick stronger? Sometimes, controversy is the best way to get famous quickly. Think about it. Every headline screaming "ban Flick," this would have sent millions of curious users rushing to download it. Flick could have been anything. A uniquely American app that reshaped the internet. Or just another American experiment that did not succeed. So what do you think? Would Flick have reached the same success as TikTok? Would it have brought the world together? Or stayed stuck in its American bubble? Drop your theories in the comments. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Because next time, we're diving into what could have happened if Netflix had never switched to streaming. This has been If Only, and I'll catch you in the next one.